Hi guys, so I just wanted to do like a little catch-up video and answer some questions that I got from you. I have, let's see, like 11 questions that I'm going to be answering today, and I'm just on my break at work, so I thought I would take some time. I look kind of crazy right now. My hair is like kind of frizzy, but that's fine. And then I'm definitely growing my little belly. Well, I feel like it's a lot bigger than what I'm used to, but honestly, I feel like she's doing good. Got my hair all over me, of course. I am 22 weeks, almost 23 on Monday, so that's exciting. And I'm also just going to be drinking my Starbucks. Very green vibes today. I get a matcha with chai in it, so good. And coconut milk. Okay, let's go ahead and just jump right into it so we don't take too long. Okay, what is my favorite verse? Hold on. I think she said book. Okay, I think I have this one wrong, but I'm pretty sure the question was, what is my favorite book of the Bible and why? And this one's kind of hard for me because I haven't read all the books yet, so I feel like in order for me to say my favorite, I would need to read all of them. But from what I have read, I would say my favorite so far has been, it's kind of a tie. I really liked the book of Luke when I was reading it. I thought it was just super insightful and really, sorry, there's something in my hair, it's distracting me, like a little fuzzy. I thought it was super insightful, and I just really liked that book of the gospel. Also the book of Psalms, I have always really liked that one, and then now it holds a different meaning. I won't say why yet, but I will tell you guys that later. Psalms is just beautifully written. It's super poetic, and I just really enjoyed reading that. I feel like they're short enough to where you can really read, you know, a couple books of the Psalms a day and have that as kind of the word that you're meditating on. And then I also, surprisingly, because I know this is not a lot of Christians' probably favorite book, but I also really do love the book of Revelation. I really think that it is, there's just so much to get, and it takes so much wisdom and understanding and discernment. It really challenges me, so that's a good one. Okay, how did you tell your hubby you were pregnant, and how long did you wait? So you kind of saw a little bit of a clip in the previous video that we posted on our announcement, but I basically always really wanted to do it in a super cute way and like surprise him, put together like a basket or something with like a onesie, all that kind of stuff, but it did end up working out that way, which is fine. So the day I took the test, he was home from work. It was a Monday. And so I literally took the test, the lines popped up so fast, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really pregnant. And so I like didn't even have any words. I was so shocked. I just walked out of the bathroom and handed it to him. And so that's where you kind of got to see his reaction on film. But yeah, it was definitely a super special day. Jamal, he has such good discernment. He knew I was pregnant before I told him. I was like cutting onions in the kitchen one day, and I didn't really know I was pregnant then. I had like a suspicion, but because I've had suspicions in the past that I might have been, I just kind of wrote it off because I was like, oh, I'm probably not. But I got super emotional like cutting these onions, and you know, I was like blaming it on them, like, oh, the onions are making me cry. And he's like, no, I feel like you're pregnant. And I'm like, so I was. So that's really funny. But yeah, I didn't wait long at all to tell him. I told him right away. Okay, next question is, how many kids do you want? So I kind of go back and forth with this question because I really feel like I would be satisfied with just my daughter. Not gonna lie. But I would say I would probably want two. I think that my heart would desire for another child, especially after we have her for a couple years. Ideally, we really do want to try to spread it out a little bit in between her and our next child. If the Lord blesses us with one, I would like to wait 2 years, ideally. Okay. Alright, next. That drink is giving me life right now. How do you feel about becoming a mom? So, I feel so good about becoming a mom. I've always known that I've wanted to be a mother, and I've always just knew that this was going to be a calling over my life, and I knew that I just wanted to have a family. And so I feel super, super blessed that the Lord has even made me a mother. I know that, not everybody can be a mother, and it is a blessing to be able to have children, and I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to get to raise a godly woman and to get to just start my family off right in the ways of the Lord, which is super important to us, obviously. And I'm just grateful to get the opportunity. I can't wait to meet her. I can't wait to film videos with her and get to show you guys the way that we want to raise her. Just super, super excited. So that is how I feel about being a mom. How did you know your husband was the one? Oh, this is such a loaded question because there's so many different things and so many different ways that I knew he was the one for me. But I would say the biggest thing was just the reciprocation we had in the relationship, being on the same page we weren't necessarily at the same point in our life, but we were in agreement on where we wanted to go, and we were in agreement on us wanting to be married. I think that's just huge. Like, once something is reciprocated and once somebody is putting in that equal effort as you, they're responding, they're affirming you, they're trying their best to meet your love language and really taking the time to be intentional about conversation, all of those different things, I feel like overall gave me the confidence and the basically just the okay that like this was my husband. That and just a lot of prayer, a lot of trusting the Lord and trusting myself that I am hearing from the Lord and that this man is from him. Yeah, I would say all of those different things, but the biggest one is reciprocation, and then obviously if he has the fruits of the Spirit, if he's really operating as a godly man. And even then, I don't know, I say that lightly because I definitely think your partner should be a godly man or a godly woman, but also like as Christians, I believe like we are called to give our partners grace. Not every relationship is equally yoked, if you will, like we're at the same level. I think we're all constantly, some days he's doing way better and some days I'm doing way better, however you want to put that. But I think just giving your partner grace, being understanding, and truly just showing them the love of Jesus is ultimately such a good way to start your relationship and just to be a godly partner. So hopefully that answers. I feel like I kind of went off on a tangent there, but yeah, I feel like that was kind of how I knew he was the one. And then especially, another thing too was I feel like not having these red flags that I've had in the past. You kind of date somebody and you're with somebody and you have like these little red flags in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, this isn't gonna work, but you kind of ignore it and you're like, oh, they can grow, or I can change that, or over time they'll get better, and it just doesn't happen. I truly do think people are who they are. Now, I do think there's obviously opportunity for growth, but I think for the most part people are who they are to their core, and not ignoring those red flags is huge. With Jamal, I felt like none of those things came up in the beginning, and that was also a huge, like, okay, this is a person who says who he says he is, and I can trust that this is my partner because those fruits are present in his life. Okay, next question. How do you cultivate your prayer life? I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit confused on this question, just a little, because for me, I'm taking it as, how do I cultivate, how do I be intentional with my prayer life, how do I set the atmosphere for my prayer life, how do I have a prayer life, almost essentially. And so when I was thinking over this question, I think the first thing would be setting a space that is intentional for prayer. So like for Jamal, he has a prayer closet. He loves to pray in there and kind of have the lights out, sit on his little chair in there, and really just soak in that closet. For me, that's not my space at all. For me, I like to have my prayer time in my bed. I like to prop all my pillows up, put on like a soaking worship music onto our TV or onto my phone next to me. And then I just like to open up the blinds so I can have natural light coming in if it's morning or daytime. And I'm kind of, I hate to say it, but it's a part of who I am. I'm kind of a aesthetics and like environment person, and I have to feel really good about my environment. And so I feel like that helps me to get into the space of, okay, we're about to spend time with God, we're about to get into prayer, and that's kind of what relaxes me. And it depends on the season too. Like right now, I like to make, well, not while I'm pregnant, everything has kind of changed with my desires, I would say. But normally I would like to make like tea or something in the fall, in the winter time, and be really intentional about being as comfortable as possible so that I can spend time and not feel like fidgety or like I need to hurry up and get up, something like that. But that's not to say, you know, I have many places where I pray. Obviously, my car is one of them, on my way to work, on my way home from work, obviously at church with Jamal and I still do our Monday prayer nights every Monday, and we actually do that in the bed, so it's super comfortable for me because that's like my space. So I would say being intentional about having a set space and environment so that you can withstand time, so that you can flow the way that you need to flow, however that looks like. And then also I would say that's where a lot of self-discipline comes in, because I don't always feel like praying. Sometimes I just want to play my worship music and worship, or just different things, you know what I mean? But we should definitely be intentional about praying every day. You know, I say that, and I'll be honest, I don't pray every day. Is there weeks that I do? Yes, but on a daily basis, it does get hard for me sometimes. I'm in constant conversation with the Lord, but not necessarily, I would say, prayer or a deep prayer like that. So that's how I would say I cultivate my prayer life. Did we decide on a baby name? Yes, we have. So we went back and forth for a long time. We can't wait to tell you guys this is the name. We aren't going to share until she's born. So I'm sorry that you will have to wait, but she will be here. I'm over halfway at this point, so she will be here before we know it. and we cannot wait to tell you her name. We think it's so beautiful. It's really unique, and it's definitely a biblical name. So yeah, hopefully you guys like it. Okay, 2 more questions, so we're almost done. Actually, no, 3 more. How's the business doing? So because I'm self-employed, I would say I go through seasons. Like right now it's like holiday season and getting into Christmas and everything, it definitely starts to pick up. But I would say overall my business is really steady. I'm still building in a way because I've only lived in California now for 2 years. So I'm kind of starting all the way over with my clientele in a way. Thankfully, the Lord has really blessed me with sending me people. I'm pretty much always steady. I would say I have some weeks to where I'm like absolutely slammed, and then some weeks that are slower. So it kind of evens out, which I'm really thankful for. I love where I work. I love the area. I love the salon. And so I feel super blessed to be able to even have a growing clientele in such a beautiful area. So I would say overall, business is doing good. I can't complain. 3 products I can't live without. Skincare, food, and an accessory. Okay, skincare, I would say, this is hard. So I've really minimalized my skincare, especially since being pregnant. I just use cleanser, moisturizer, and an oil. But I would say as far as moisturizers, I love this one, and I'm gonna have to insert a picture on the screen, but I actually get it at Whole Foods, and it's for like babies. It's really gentle, it's fragrance free. I do have such sensitive skin, so I have to use products that are low in fragrance or completely fragrance free. And I love this moisturizer. It's super thick and rich, so you don't need a lot. I have dry skin, so I have to constantly keep my skin really hydrated. But I believe it's like B-O-B-A, Boba Skin. I know it has like oatmeal extract and oats in it, and I know that really helps like calm skin if you have redness, and so I really love that one. I use jojoba oil on my skin too. I feel like that really helps my skin to glow, and then it doesn't clog your pores or anything, which I love. It's really light but still gives you that moisture. Excuse me. I feel like my baby is always making me burp. So, I don't know. You guys have probably experienced similar if you've been pregnant. But yeah, thankfully I don't have any heartburn or anything like that. Praise the Lord. So I would say that's for skincare. As far as food, so I would say it changes, like especially with seasons. I am a pretty, like, I do eat the same thing every day, I would say, especially if it's like for breakfast. So some food I can't live without right now is every morning I have sourdough wheat toast, and I put peanut butter, blueberries, and cinnamon. I know it sounds kind of weird. I'll also insert a picture of it, and it's so good. I feel like it's equivalent, kind of like if you would think like a blueberry jelly. So it kind of tastes like peanut butter and jelly in a way, but not. I don't know. You guys have to try it and let me know if you like it, but it is so good. I love that. I could eat that any time of year. And I've especially loved that through my second trimester. My first trimester, so rough. I could not eat anything. I'm gonna have to do a video about my experience because it was not good, but praise the Lord, I'm doing better, and I feel like I'm thriving now in my pregnancy. So I would say that's for food. Also, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. My taste buds and everything has changed right now. I love matcha. That's maybe a food, and like cold brew coffees with hazelnut. So good. not really while I'm pregnant. I'm trying to limit caffeine, and green tea doesn't have too much, so I'm okay with that. And then also accessories I couldn't live without. So I could not live without hoops. That is hands down something I could not live without, specifically gold colored jewelry. I don't like silver. And these ones are a little bit big, and it's funny, I used to wear these like in high school and when I was a little bit younger, and these ones would feel small. Now that I'm older and married and everything, these ones, not that that has anything to do with it, but just the season I'm in, these ones feel huge. And I usually wear like a smaller gold one, but I've been like kind of really liking these lately because they're so thin and they kind of go with everything. So definitely hoops, can't live without them, absolutely love them. Okay, and then last question. You can like really see her now. I feel like, hold on, let me like open my jacket up. She's so cute. I feel like I'm always wearing these jackets too. I wear these and I try to wear dresses, but now that it's like fall in California, it's not really, it's still 70s and 80s, but you know what I mean. Okay, I swear I really do think I have like ADHD or some type of attention focus thing, because I can just, my mind can just go everywhere. So I'm gonna try to stay focused. My last question is, do you do your own hair? So thankfully not anymore, but I was in a season when I first got here when I had to, because I didn't know anybody to help me. But now I have a pretty good setup at my salon. Me and another girl, we're both bright blondes and we need to be taken care of every few months, and so we do each other's. But if I am in need or if I want to, I can definitely do, I can do from about here to here, like a mohawk section, and I can do like all of these front framing pieces. But nowadays I don't even mess with it. I just let her do her thing. And I'm actually, because it's like getting closer to the colder months, I always say that because it doesn't really get cold here to me, but it's a blessing, honestly. I want to add some more low lights. So as you can see, my natural's pretty dark, so I want to add some more low lights going down, kind of break up the solidness of the blonde and give me some more dimension. I still want to be super blonde at my ends, but I think that if I do break it up and kind of give myself a little bit more dimension, it'll be a little bit easier, especially when baby gets here, so that I'm not like, you know, having to do my hair all the time. I'm honestly out of breath from talking. That's really sad. But yeah, so that was just my little Q&A. I really just wanted to touch base with you guys. I feel like it's been forever. I definitely, like I always say, want to be more consistent in making videos. I know someday it will happen. Someday the Lord will be like, you got it, you got all the energy. And I do especially want to document, you know, when my daughter's here, because I want to like look back at those videos and have like little home videos or home movies, you know, like we had when we were younger. And I'm like, that would be so nice to be able to look back at all those memories, see how she's growing, all that. I'm just so excited. I'm so thankful for all of you guys wishing me the best during my pregnancy, congratulating us. We're so thankful and so grateful for you guys. Yeah, that's really all I have for you today. It was good to catch up with you guys. Hopefully everything is well, and hopefully you guys are having a blessed day, and I will talk to you guys in my next video, whenever that is. Bye.